Are we live? Is this it? Oh, well see, and there you go.
And there you go.
Just like we were talking about. Hello, Boozeketeers. Here we are. It's Tuesday night, and just like pretty much every week, there's who knows what's going to happen, and it did. Who could we have predicted it? Probably. There's probably algorithms. There are probably physicists who could like quantify this thing down to the moment. There's probably people who are like. There's probably quantum physicists who could figure it all out, including all the variables and all the possibilities, and come up with the fact that I would probably still every day, not every day, but once a week, we're going to retract that, take two. There are probably quantum physicists who could have predicted that all the way up, so that every week I would come on and say, are we live? Because that's the way it happens, because we are actually live, and live means that that's what happens.
Studio audience.
This is the way, and this is what it is. And here we are. Hey, I want to welcome you guys. Welcome, Boozeketeers. Here we are. This is episode 60, and that's once take three. Welcome, Boozeketeers. I want to welcome you to episode 62 of Cocktales with Tiki King, the only in history 4-episode show that has gone on 63 episodes too long, even though we're 62 episodes in. Because I'm sure that one more would probably be far more than we would ever have needed to begin with. But there we go. So hey, how are you guys doing? I don't know, because I can't see your comments. But I'm trusting you're all well. So we're fresh off literally fresh off the boat. We were down in Long Beach on the Queen Mary Games. We had a good time down there, seeing a lot of people, and we had a lot of the Boozeketeers were down there coming up to the booth, saying hello. I want to say hey to you guys. Thanks for coming up and saying hi. It's always good to see who's watching. But now we jumped ship and we headed north, and we're up here in Sacramento, and we had a good time today. We did some prepping. Boozeketeer Wes was here leading us as a sort of a tour guide. He showed us how the day works in some ways. We went down out into the levee. We went down into Isleton. We saw the Masturbator, which is a great place for people who need to go see that sort of thing. But we went to Foster's Bighorn, which was nice. We had a great lunch there, had a couple of rum and cokes, and then went across the street. So here's the thing, Boozeketeers, you know how it is. You always want to go and find something new, find something that maybe you haven't done before, and I know some of you have done it before because, strangely enough, Once I said that I was there, people said, "Oh, you should go over to Foster's." But we went across the street to the Flamingo, which is a fantastic dive bar. Well, is it fantastic? Might be playing it up a bit. It was a room that had booze in it. No, we actually there's a bar across the street there in Rio Vista, called the Flamingo. And we went in there, and we were welcomed we were treated like kings. Swear to here's the thing: we went in there, and what was it? What was the name of it? It was who's the bartender? Mrs. But we went in there. We were treated very well by the locals. In fact, they actually bought us a round of drinks. You know, I'm telling you, when you can go into a dive bar and have them buy you a round of drinks, that's not bad. I gotta say, we're chalked that up to a win. So we hung out there, had a couple of drinks, had a good. I almost had it. It's not Dottie. What was it?
Drink.
She's not gonna watch the show. It doesn't matter. Anyway, go to the Flamingo. Tell whoever's at the bar that I sent you, and she'll have absolutely no idea who you're talking about. But there you go. And strangely enough, we overheard there was a person in there in the Flamingo who had an accent, and we were trying to discern, which is between your ribs, right?
Right.
Yeah. You're trying to discern whether it was Irish or Scottish, and we never quite. We think it was Scottish, but it turned out she was the owner of the bar. So we didn't meet them, but someone bought us drinks, and that was good. But from then we moved on from whence we moved on to whence we ended up. We went to Ernie's Interlude, a bar which I have heard a lot about, but had not yet experienced. I've been warned against. I would have to say I've been warned against it, but I paid no heed. I didn't. I couldn't afford it. I was like, I looked at my wallet, no heed. That was it. So we went into Ernie's Interlude, and I'll tell you, despite it does rank up there with one of my favorite for a bar. Which I don't know if can I say what it said?
Yes.
What the heck?
What?
This just flipped around.
Flip.
Yes. Are we
It's
upside
just,
down?
it was my face for a second.
That was for those of you. That was producer Maggie, which is the beauty of the live show.
Yep.
Staring intently into the camera. So I want to say, do they have to pay extra for that? Does that on their subscription? Is it like extra points? No. Okay. So we're going to consider that a bonus that you got to see producer Maggie for. It was 1.3 seconds instead of me, which we will take out of your taxes at the end of the year. You don't have to. I won't.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I'm not going to 1099 you or anything. We're going to just figure that. We're going to say you can check the box. It will be under your Schedule C miscellaneous. Saw Maggie. Check the box if you did. And then it will all work out. Yeah. And then I'm not going to have to get my lawyers involved and send them around saying, you saw Maggie? Kick down. So, where was I here? I'm still here. So we went to Ernie's Interlude. Ernie's Interlude. That is, like I said, I've been warned, and I paid no heed because I couldn't afford it. And we went in, and luckily they took no heed. But what I got was a token. I want to bring it up. I want to show. Look at that. Good for one drink. That's me. I'm pretty much good for one drink. No, I'm not. So Ernie's Interlude went there. They had a rum and coke ratio, which was 4-to-1, which I appreciate. Yeah, you figure some places you go in and they're like rum and coke, okay, and they give you a glass of coke and a splash of rum, and that's good. This place, literally, I wanted to, someone said, why would you go there? And I wanted to photograph the rum and coke, which was basically this sort of amber-ish liquid, and say, here's why. Because can you recognize the coke in this glass? So we had a good time there. And our host knew our how's that word? Not guest. What is our host knew our hosts? There were multiple hostings going on, and it was all there was much rejoicing.
Was there alien hostings though?
Not that I'm aware of. I was not. I deny all knowledge. Not of that, but all knowledge. Pretty much deny it. So anyway, so that, as most of you, as you Boozeketeers know, that was part of our extensive research in tonight's show, which has absolutely nothing to do with tonight's show. Which is we basically just go out and booze it up and see what happens, and then later go, we should probably figure out what we're doing for the show. And luckily, that sort of thing came to pass. And it came to pass in that we got invited to Randy and Amelia's house here in lovely Sacramento, California, where they have this fine tiki bar, which is where I am standing now. And we're in the Lava Lounge, which is the name of this fine tiki bar, and there's actually a sign that says that. So I'm not lying. I mean, I could be lying. I could have photoshopped this whole thing. This could actually be green screen. I know. I'm like typing in Lava Lounge, put it in, tell the engineers. No, we were graciously invited to the home here of Randy and Amelia here in what? So who? I'm sorry, you've told me this like how many times? Who designed these houses?
Carter Sparks. This is that String home.
Carter Sparks. So we are in a neighborhood. You want to? Yeah. So we are here in this neighborhood of these just God lovely houses.
Dr. Algorithm.
Dr. Algorithm here to explain. So we're here, and there's this whole neighborhood here of these just fantastic mid-century houses. We came here actually it was almost a year ago, or a little over a year ago. And the funny thing is, Wes said, just look for a door that's open. and we came up, we're like, "Hi, your door's open," and they said, "Oh, come in," and we came in, and they showed us around, and it's like everybody's really into it, and I love that because you know, it's like you get into stuff, get into it. And so that was then, but here is now, and here we are in your house, and in the Lava Lounge, and I gotta say, fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Because not only, so we came here, here's the deal, we came here, should we make drinks or talk?
You should have him make his drink and keep
so here
talking.
we are, we're in the Lava Lounge. This is Randy, and Randy has a special drink here that he's going to make, and we're going to start drinking it, and then we're going to
drink it more.
Yeah,
My lovely assistant Amelia has been.
Amelia is here, and they're going to make a fantastic drink, which is the signature drink of the Lava Lounge here, and I'm going to drink it whilst we talk about all kinds of whatever.
Whilst we kid.
Yeah. So I'm going to move. This happens rarely, but it does happen. I'm moving out of the bar.
You want to get in there,
I'm
Amelia?
Out of the bar.
Okay.
I'm relinquishing the bar area.
This is a Dutch East India Trader, and it's based on rum and coffee, which were the two big import items for the Dutch East India Trading Company. The Dusty Pirates were on board that ship too, but it's a Dutch East India Trader, and which is where kind of Tiki goes way back to all that stuff anyway. But it is our signature drink.
It's all interwoven.
It's all interwoven, lassie. Okay, so it's a coffee drink, so let's bring out the coffee. As you can see, my lovely assistant Amelia has coffee. And we're using flute glasses tonight. If you have flute glasses with handles, even better. But we're using flute glasses tonight. And we're going to fill that up to just about the top of the handle here. That's going to be about a half cup of coffee. Here, it's in 3 dimensions. That's the 3-dimensional effect, and you do have to pay more for that on your subscription service.
Because you can have the glasses sent to you. And
Right? Can we
Wait, I'm gonna put on my
be
three
taxed for it
Ready?
at the end of the year?
Watch
though?
this.
Oh!
Just as like it's coming right out at you. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Coming at you. So, and then we move on to the coconut cream, which I'm sure you're all shocked to see coconut cream in a tiki bar. It's not usual, and I just use it for effect.
Sir, I'm shocked.
I'm shocked, I say. Gambling in Casablanca. And we're going to bring up a nice big one shot of that. And
Is that a shot or an
Well,
ounce?
that looks
what's
like
an ounce? It's
Yes,
an
I would say
Ish.
that's
Okay, an ounce-ish.
I'm gonna
Got
say
it.
we're doing that's
This
4
is
ounces
the
of
kind
coffee and 1 ounce of.
pedantic nonsense that we
pedantic.
do here. Yeah.
We'll make
Yeah, but
sure.
if they want to replicate it at home,
That's true, yes. 4 ounces of coffee, 1 ounce of coconut cream, all right?
most
And
of the
what
people
you're
right
looking
now are
for,
just filling a glass with
huh?
bourbon.
With bourbon,
Yeah.
yeah. Or substitute bourbon in this glass and get a very
That's right, 4
similar
ounces
drink.
of bourbon.
4 ounces of 4 ounces of coffee for you Puritans, and the rest of us will have bourbon. Anyway, and you're gonna have a nice little cloud down here. It's gonna look really nice and swell. Again, 3D effect. Woo! But you get a nice little striped drink there for just a moment, because we are going to be mixing these all together with
Now
our
comes the alcohol.
comes the alcohol part, so get ready. But we're also going to be using a magic stirring wand chopstick.
I love that
We'll get to
song.
that in a second.
Intercultural and 3-dimensional. I
And
like
3-dimensional. And we're also going to put in a 1 ounce of spiced rum. Now, I use spiced rum because I like the taste, and if you do this all correctly, this should come out tasting about like a spiced hot chocolate. And this is really, really, really good in front of a
It's not super
roaring
complicated
bar.
there,
Yeah,
Shug.
well, you know,
No,
hey,
the weird part is that I noticed you only made one.
I'm gonna make meatballs. See, yeah.
I don't know.
This is for our lovely host.
Nice,
and for you.
Okay, see, that's what I was worried about. I figured you were making, I figured you were making one for you guys.
first.
All right,
You wanna
and
make
this is
the
called
coffee?
That is a
called
Dutch East India Trader.
the Dutch East India Trader. Are you
Put
saying
it down.
shut
Back
No,
up.
back
Oh,
up.
back up.
Okay.
Back up and move in.
See, I don't know
Back
what
up,
she's
move
saying.
in.
Stop talking. You're not funny.
She said back up and move in.
This is the Dutch East India Trader.
The
East.
India Trader.
Yes.
The dusty rum drink.
This is the Dutch oven
Dutch
trampoline. Dutch oven trampoline.
It's the Dutch oven
the
traveling
Dutch-
show.
the
May I
Dutch
have some
East
more
India
coffee for this
Trader.
other one, please?
Here, we're going to sample it right now.
Yep, we're gonna sample. Here we go. Ooh.
That's a lot.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That is actually, that's really good.
We actually split one of these earlier, so he's like, shh, just
It's good. It's good anyway. I've never
It's
tried
really
it
good
before.
now.
Well,
No,
when
I
we
would.
made it up, how could you have tried it?
No, here's the deal. We did actually. We did a test run earlier, and I said, "Good God, could you make me another one of those?" And he said, "We're gonna wait for the show." So this is my another one of these, which I only got half before. So I'm getting another half, which is 2/3.
we all
So
have to have
if
a
we,
taste
that
of
means
the
I
one
get
before, yeah.
2 more, right? Which
Yeah.
should make it 3
Well,
thirds.
yeah, absolutely. That's why we have more coffee.
There we go.
We'll put it in
And
a
we're
thermos
making one for
for
you guys too.
And it tastes.
So-
it tastes like. It
When you
actually
can
tastes
find
like-
us, you can have it.
There you go. You might want to be. There's a lot of people out here. They don't like me.
Here in lovely Canoga Park. Join us in Buena Park. We're right next to the main gate in Knott's Berry.
That's lovely. You know, it's a. So years ago, Boozeketeer CJ. I'm assuming it's. I'm gonna move back on my.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move back.
I know. I gotta go.
Let's get out the shots.
So anyway, so what I wanted to tell you guys a little story
Test pattern.
about a. You guys, where are you going? I thought you were my friend.
Shot.
Good God. Fine, I'll stand up here on my own with you up here.
I'm going to move the
Oh!
party foul.
Woo!
Party
Yes.
foul.
I was gonna have a drink.
Have a drink, Charlie.
We'll just. Yeah.
It's okay, we have dogs.
There we go.
They'll be out momentarily.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, cheers, Boozeketeers. I would recommend you doing this at home. That's right. So it's 1 part. So it's 4 parts coffee, 1 part cream and cocoa, 1 part Sailor Jerry rum.
Exactly. That's
Okay.
exactly right.
Yeah. So 411.
411
works. I was gonna say something. Oh. So the last so coffee drinks. So Boozeketeer CJ. I'm assuming he's out there somewhere. He's probably watching. I hope he's watching the show.
I see
If
Dave.
he's not, then we're gonna have to. That was one of the. So we were up at the Alibi up in Portland, and we had so in the Boozeketeers we had a rough night the night before, which ended in
Jail?
a lot of whiskey and 50 tacos from Jack in the Box.
Oh.
I think I've been there.
Ah, Jack in the Box taco.
But so the next day, we had a day off, so to speak, and we were down in Forest Grove, Oregon, and we'd never been to the Alibi. Which have you been to the Alibi? Alibi. It's one of the oldest, it's the oldest theme park.
Nice.
So we said, okay, we're gonna go to the Alibi, have 1 drink. We got to do it. Go up there, have 1 drink, and come back. So on Facebook, there's a series of pictures, which is here we are with our 1 drink, and then there is we've missed our train, and then there is effed up and far from home, and I have like 3 lays, and like But one of the drinks one of the things we said we can't have any more. They said that's all right. The waitress and the bartender have already bought you the next 2 ounces. And one of the things they got us was Mexican coffee.
Oh.
Yeah, so coffee and Oaxaca and Kahlua and something else. This is so this is only we haven't done that one. It's only the 2nd coffee drink we've done on the show.
Oh.
Early on we did Irish coffee, which was a fiasco. If you're making Irish coffee and you're trying to maintain your girlish figure, use fat-free cream. If you're doing Irish coffee and you're trying to do a show in which it like rises to the top and is all illustrious, don't use fat-free. Yeah. So I was like, here we go, we're gonna float it. No, apparently we're not. But cheers, man. Cheers. This is a fantastic
Thank you
drink.
very much.
Good stuff.
Cheers,
And it's a figure watcher too,
Cheers,
because there's no
Boozeketeers.
cream at all.
Cheers, Boozeketeers.
Yeah, it's all booze and coffee.
It's all booze and coffee.
That's booze
How could you
and
go
coffee.
wrong?
I know. That's what my parole officer said.
Wow.
Deanne wants to know if the drink is going on the board.
We don't have the board with us, but I'm gonna say this is probably going up on the board. Which I already asked Randy if he'd send me because we're remote, which means we don't have all of our crap. Oh, accoutrements. That sounds classier. Yeah.
French for
But normally, so we have the drink board, and we put things on there. And this is going to go up on there. I can't say
If
where
you can read this.
You've got the drink board.
On there. My name.
So what happened? So which we pretty much ambushed them. Boozeketeer West said, hey, I have some friends who have booze in their house. Do you want to go there? And we said, yeah.
And our door was open, so.
So I don't know if you said you watched the last 2 episodes. So we have the booze board, and what happens if your drink stays on the board through a whole season, you get a prize, which is probably not worth anything. But there you go. Something. Hey, nothing is something to aspire to.
It is, you know. Nothing could be a pretty cool thing.
That's right. In my book, if I can get away with nothing, then there's something that I have not done yet.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No comment for that, and that's shocking.
But yeah, so maybe actually in the wait, actually here we go.
You ready?
We're gonna put it up on the board. Look all. We can Photoshop it in later. Fantastic! Right on. I think actually maybe not. We'll just leave it at that. So hey, I want to give a big shout out to the Sacramento Ohana, which probably none of them are watching because they all hate me. They don't hate me, not actively. They don't want to
They
kill
don't
me.
know you yet.
They
enough
don't.
to hate you.
No, they don't want to kill me
A lot.
like that they'll admit. I'll put it that way. No.
Sacramento
But
Ohana loves
no,
Tiki
the Sacramento Ohana. You guys. You know, I keep hoping that there will be a schedule that allows me to come up to the bar crawl. And I know I always see Wendy and Dan. They come down. They come to Tiki Oasis, and I get to see them those times. But I want to give a big shout out to you guys. Hey, if you haven't watched my show, you should watch it. And if you aren't watching my show, you don't know that I'm telling you to watch it.
Psychically.
Yeah, that's right. So psychically, I'll send a message. Hey, watch the show because you were now mentioned. There you go. No, the Sacramento Tiki Crawl. There's been a few different ones. There was the San Francisco one, but I know that, like I said, Wendy makes fantastic mugs. She does she's been doing it for like 10 years or something crazy. And she makes these mugs for the Tiki Crawl, and you go around to different home bars and different actual bars. Not
Including
actual bars, but
including this one.
That's right.
home
And-
bars.
See this bar.
Yeah, so if you come to the Tiki Crawl, you get to see a whole bunch of really cool bars and sample their signature drinks, which I'm assuming would be the East India.
Probably, yeah.
Come here? Yeah.
Sure, why not?
And it's a great
It's
chance.
got to be bottled water, but sure, I can make these too. Yeah.
There you go. Good chance to a bunch of people have a really good time, and then write it off on your taxes when you go. Yeah.
I think we already are, bro. So I'm standard that.
So did they share the program? They should have. Have you guys shared the program? Share the program. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to give your enemies enemies. Websites. Go to TikiKing.info. TikiKing.com/. Right back here. So I'm not sure why you're already here. No, they have to pay extra. I'd be like, this is a credit card number.
Yeah, this is a pure service.
Now go to TikiKing.com/booze and check out which we're going to be. So we talked about that earlier. Randy has graciously said that we can put the recipe for this fine drink tonight up on the Tiki King cocktail database. So that's going to be up it'll probably be about a week because I'm going to be traveling around and who knows when I'll get to it. But by next episode, it should be up there. Yeah, go do the things and do the stuff. And in the meantime, so hey, you come here too. So here we are. So here's how it works, right? We're at someone's home bar drinking their booze. If you'd like to do that sort of thing, that's right. If you'd like us to come to your house and drink your booze, that's right.
They've been gracious too.
Yeah, all it takes is an email and $6,000, and then
I took those 10.
I'm going to give you a credit, and you can put it on your taxes. Check the box. that said that we attended and you get a credit.
Oh, I wanted the Enema subscription service. So.
Check Enema.
Yeah, check.
Oh,
and check the bottom.
On your Schedule C. Check Enema.
Tiny brown box at the bottom.
That's right. And you get actually a credit for it.
That's
So if you would like
An Enema credit?
yeah, if you would like a credit for having us come to your house,
Check the box.
check the box. Schedule C. It's tax time. We all know about this. And so there you go. Hey, Booze, so and so now, so you guys.
Oh,
so,
we
no,
get
most of
prize.
the time,
We bring you a prize.
no, most of the
Oh,
time people
no.
have to
He's like,
request this sort of
no.
thing. No, most of the time people have to ask, but I'm gonna make you guys not even ask.
Oh, because of the booze
I'm just gonna make you
factor,
take stuff.
or-
No, you guys are Boozeketeers, so I'm gonna give you your Boozeketeers buttons.
oh, right on.
We got a Boozeketeer button.
Because I figure if I came here and drank your booze, that's good enough for me.
Whoa.
We are.
And we also got
That's right.
art.
That's right. I'm up in the ante. So not only will we come to your house and drink your booze and maybe sleep on your couch
Right.
and have you make us breakfast in the morning,
Or on the floor.
but you'll get a button. And I think can you quantify that? Not without a quantum physicist.
Well, because they're a rare and unusual gift
That's
that
true.
most people
It's-
don't have.
Yeah, which in the court of law they say that's illegal. But you know,
A button?
no, a rare and unusual gift which cannot be quantified.
Okay.
They ask me that.
Campaign
The
donation.
lawyers, they're always they're like, did you give out any rare and unusual gifts which cannot be quantified? And I'm like, are you a quantum physicist? And they're like, no. And I'm like, then never mind. So there you go, Boozeketeers. If you would like to not be quantified and
And have
find a way,
come to drink
that's
your
right.
booze.
If you'd like to
at
be
your house.
rewarded in a way which cannot be proven in a court of law,
Because he
Let
wears
us know.
gloves and leaves no fingerprints.
that's right. Because I wipe those things down. I'm telling you, that's the beauty of being me. Is wiping things down.
That is for you now.
Which is why I've gotten lots of jobs as a waiter. But when I wear a wig, it gets a waitress.
There's no alcohol.
Anyway,
Of course there's alcohol. There is alcohol. Relax.
there's more. Don't worry, Boozeketeers. There's more alcohol.
That could cause a panic. Let's all calm down now. Of course there is.
So there you go. Hey, I'm going to say thanks for tuning in. Hey, wait, did they come to me live? I don't know how that works. I go out on the internet, but they tune in. So I'm not sure how that.
Wait,
Are we just
what
right out of the bottle?
Are they live though? That's the question.
Are you guys alive?
Are they dead? Are they? Yeah.
Well, we know we had only one comment. Are there any other comments tonight? We'd love to hear them.
That are appropriate?
That are appropriate.
That can be said in front of children.
Are
Or
the
me.
children watching?
But because I'm childlike and innocent.
Are you? What's going on?
I have
You
no
got a bottle of
idea.
booze here.
I know.
What's going on?
I think she wants to mix another drink.
Oh, okay. So hey, Boozeketeers. I just want to say thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you very much, Randy and Amelia. Thanks for inviting us into your house. Whole thing.
Tax episode.
Taxi. Don't
Yeah.
But
Are we still alive? Well, we're still alive.
Let's keep talking.
Okay, well, that's right. We had four.
it's easy.
So we had four.
1 and 1.
1.
Oh, in America, don't let anybody tell you can't microwave coconut cream. That is a lie. Of course you can.
And
Are you having another one, King?
Well, shut off.
That's okay.
We'll
just keep going.
That's kind of like the show. You think it's over.
It never
but
ends.
No, it's
It
not
never ends.
over. It just keeps on going. But this is the after party, is what they say.
That's exactly. Okay, darling, this one's yours. Your.
Stuck around in here. some reason the button won't go.
We're just gonna keep on going.
All night long. All night. You can have this fun in your home too.
That's right. You can have us stay
For merely $6,000.
Reruns of one day.
Why won't it stop? Why won't it? No, it's weird. It's